Hello and welcome to PocketGamer.biz's YouTube channel. I'm Jon Jordan, and today we're looking at, as you can see, the Google Play Store. So it always used to be the case that the Apple App Store was kind of seen as the best curated and the best kind of organised store, and Google Play Store was a little bit ramshackle. That's definitely changed over the last 18 months. Certainly the last 6 months have been quite a lot of changes. So I thought it was kind of worth quickly going through. So it's kind of standard thing here. We can see. Kind of games and entertainment. I mean, obviously this is like all these stores now has lots of different things on there: movies, TV, books, news. Obviously we only care about games, so in a sense it's a slightly smaller kind of selection of stuff that you see in the kind of first list than the App Store, and it kind of I'd say a bit more of a it's a less curated list. I think it's not human curation. I don't think involves so much. So some of these games, I mean, some of these are kind of quite well known. So Star Wars Timelines is kind of a fairly big game. Exploding Kittens is kind of like, I guess, a meme thing. Warhammer, Crossy Road. It's actually interesting. That's not the Disney Crossy Road. That's actually the the original Crossy Road there. And some of these Fail Rider, again, not particularly well known. 1942. I mean, quite a hardcore kind of game. It's an Epic Hero Wars, which looks like from a Chinese or an Asian developer. I haven't read that one. So it's a bit more of a mixture of games, and it's certainly not new games that have come out this week. Like Simpsons Tapped Out's been out for ages. Obviously, there's an update there. So quite a range of stuff that's there. Now this is a new thing here. So we have the Indie Corner. So Apple has always been heavily focused on paid games with its kind of Apple focus on premium. Android not so much, partly because of issues of I guess. There's more piracy still on Android, and equally, yeah, I guess not in the DNA of the company. Obviously, Google created itself on search, free search, so it's much more about free services, which you pay for in different ways. So the indie corner is kind of interesting. Everyone kind of likes indies, so there's these games that probably, a lot of them I haven't heard of the developers. Played a few of them, but Launchosaurus, it's a nice one. So you can see. Some of them are still paid games, though. Indies tend to like paid games because they can't do the games as a service stuff as well as big companies. But a good mix of free to play. And so there's the indie corner, so that's kind of good. People like to give indies, and indies like to feel like they have an opportunity to kind of stand out, which potentially with these bigger kind of studios, can congregate, Disruptor Beam, Rock You. These are all fairly big companies. So further down, it's kind of the other thing that Google does super well. It looks down at what you've downloaded recently. So I've downloaded recently Warships Battle 3D World War II. So I've got a lot of kind of combat games there, and I download Clash of Kings, as you can see. It's kind of quite interesting. It looks at the installs you've done. Then there's kind of a random kind of little thing, Furry Friends. So updated and some apps there. Then, but again, based on so we kind of get the same thing. So this is an interesting thing here. So pre-registration, this is something definitely where Google kind of stands out. So pre-registration, there are pre-registration services already, kind of third-party ones that let you say, I'm interested in this game when it comes out, please send me a push notification. They tend to only work on Android. Apple's not particularly keen on this. I don't quite know why, but so with all these games you can see, so we can see these are games that are in development, coming out soon. You can see I'm actually registered for Disney Magical Dice, so I've pre-registered for that one. I'm also registered for Angry Birds Action, so that's a new one coming out this week. So let's read Shark's World, so it's from Ubisoft, Future Games of London. So it's actually coming out, I think, I'm not sure I'm allowed to say, coming out fairly soon. So I can register. So I'll be notified when the app is released, share the news with my friends, I could share it, understood. So now I'm registered. Obviously you get the whole usual thing, and then of course what's very nice about the Google stuff is once I've registered for this, I've shown interest in it, so it's showing me everything else from Ubisoft, which is the publisher. Then it's saying other similar apps. So I like Shark apps, so I'm getting a lot of Shark apps. The users who installed that also install these kind of things. So Bushido Bear from Spryfox, Bushido Bear, sorry. Definitely registered for that as well. That'd be exciting. So understood. Similar thing. People do this. So you can just kind of see. It's a very kind of fluid app store. There's actually a lot there. If you go down, there's sort of save 95% on games. Angry Birds is a big thing. So you can see there's all these different kind of categorizations. I would say, again, they're not as, I don't know if human beings are behind them in the same way they are with the Apple Store. I think sometimes human beings can curate stuff in a slightly overly critical way, being someone who writes about games and critical, and you kind of want to show off quite a lot, I think, and maybe we kind of, us kind of professional people, kind of show off a bit too much about how we create stuff, whereas actually maybe if you just have computers doing this, computers tend to be not have so much ego. So there we go. So a quick look through the Google Play Store. And just also, it's not showing on here at the moment, but there are. It's interesting that Google is now having its Play Store Awards. It's the first year it's doing this. This is part of the Google I/O that'll be announced as part of the Google I/O conference in May. So it's kind of doing a similar thing. I mean, Apple's always had its Design Awards. It's not quite the same as that, but 10 different categories, from games to family, entertainment to apps, and more. I guess kind of industry ones like kind of startups and use of materials and kind of weird things like that. But definitely with Google, we're definitely seeing a more focus on discovery, which is the thing that developers care a lot about. So that's good to see. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. We try and do a lot of this analysis of how the mobile games industry is working. Normally do a bit more on focus on games specifically, but if it's the kind of stuff you like, please subscribe and you won't miss a thing. Thanks for watching.